few years ago, the DU gymnastics team had a string of career-ending Achilles tendon ruptures. One of the athletes who was affected by that came to Dr. Sabick and essentially asked, what's going on? Why is this happening?
We saw a high incidence of Achilles ruptures across the board, and it was time to do something about it.
It was a bit of a plague we were dealing with on our own campus with our own athletes, and knowing full well that it was very unlikely that anything anybody was doing intentionally was contributing, but trying to understand if there were factors, what could help explain that.
Most of the research that's been done is survey and retrospect. Instead, we are trying to look at what's going on at the athlete right now, and can that indicate to us future injury?
The impact of an Achilles rupture is significant. They can lose 9 to 12 months after having this type of injury before they can return to a competitive level of sport, if ever.
I've had injuries in the past, and they're pretty devastating because it just feels like a part of you is kind of missing. It's a season-ending injury and sometimes a career-ending injury. And I think just having the ability to help in any way, shape, or fashion was just like absolutely amazing.
Once a week, we collect bilateral ultrasound. While we're collecting our ultrasound data, the athletes are filling out a weekly survey, which lets us know whether they've had any injuries in the previous week, whether they're feeling any pain in either the left or the right Achilles tendon, whether they have pain anywhere else in their body, and then they also let us know the last known date of the onset of their most recent menstruation cycle. Then we also look at their gem metrics. And so this is data that we don't even collect because it is a part of the standard protocol for every single athlete here at DU. What we're doing is trying to find corollary measurements to Achilles tendon injury change or injury risk so that we can better equip athletes and their coaches, athletic trainers, to mitigate that risk and potentially prolong the career of the athlete. We found that certain metrics with counter movement jumps and drop jumps, they are highly correlated with tendon health. And so if we look at the asymmetry between the dominant and the non-dominant limb with these jump metrics, and we correlate that with the asymmetry in the Achilles tendon thickness and how that's changing, we're actually able to see fairly strong relationships.
We're trying to understand now what are the differences between the athletes that seem to be manifesting changes and the ones that really don't seem to be exhibiting any changes to the size and shape of the Achilles tendon throughout the season. That will give athletic training staff a new tool for monitoring athletes and intervening before there's a chance for an injury to occur.
The goal is really that an athlete is not taken out of their career because of injury, but that they're able to continue to compete and they're competing safely, and that their coaches and the athletic training staff are educated on how to keep those athletes safe in every single aspect of the sport. This is research that really is only being done at DU, and it's because of the incredible partnership that the athletic training staff and the coaches have made with our research team.
At DU, we're a Division I athletics program, and our students really are scholars.
The opportunities and the resources that we have here are just unreal.
The fact that they can engage in this meaningful way to give back to their school, to give back to their community of their sport, I think is really valuable to their journey.
This is something super important to all of us gymnasts, and I think it's cool for everyone on the team and people at the University of Denver to kind of see the meaningful work that can happen here.
This is an amazing opportunity for us to collect really relevant data on people while they're actually in their practices, and that can, in the long term, contribute not only to preventing injuries in our DU athletes and the gymnasts, but really to contribute to the national discussion on how to prevent these horrible Achilles tendon injuries in athletes.
This multidisciplinary vision is really what sets us apart from other institutions. The University of Denver really believes in forward thinking and research to promote the health of these young people.